As you're signing in, those are numbers 1 through 24. All right, anybody have any questions about 1 through 24?
For like 9 through 12,
Yep.
did you like do them a different way than the other ones?
No.
Alright, then I just did something really weird.
So what'd you get for number 9?
I know what I did.
Did you not subtract the 2?
No, I did subtract the 2. I multiplied by 108 and not 100.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Well, there is 25 through 29. All right. So, start with number 29. All right, we have 5 sides. So that means the angles add up to 540. Because 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 is 540. 2 of the angles measure 4x plus 15. So I'm going to multiply by 4x plus 15. 2 of the angles measure 4x minus 10. And then the one remaining angle is the 5x plus 5. So I'm going to distribute and collect like terms. 2 times 4x is 8x. Same thing there. 8x plus 8x is 16x. 16 plus 5x is 21x. 2 times 15 is 30. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. 30 minus 20 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 21x plus 15 equals 540. Subtract the 15. 21x equals 525. Divide by 21, and x equals 25. Plug it back in. 4 times 25 is 100. 100 plus 15 is 115. So 2 of the angles measure 115. 4 times 25 is 100. 100 minus 10 is 90. So those 2 angles are both right angles at 90 degrees. And then 5 times 25 is 125. 125 plus 5 is 130. So the remaining angle is 130. All right. 26. Okay. All right. So 4 of the angles measure 2y minus 20. 1 of the angles measures 2y. There's 6 sides. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180 is 720. 8y minus 80 plus 2y equals 720. 10y minus 80 equals 720. 10y equals 800. And y equals 80. Plug it back in. 2 times 80 is 160. 160 minus 20 makes all of those angles measure 140. And then 2 times 80 is 160. So that angle is, hold on. Those were the y's, I believe. Those were just y's. Yes. So 2 of the angles measure 80 degrees. And all told, that was 720. Okay. Any others from that group? All right. Then there's 30 through 44. All right. And then there's the remaining ones through 57. All right, everybody's good? Okay, so then let's work on the notes from yesterday. So, all right, we got through all this with the proof. We went through the definition, and we went through some properties. We said opposite angles, A and C, B or D. Realize they're going to be congruent. Consecutive angles, so either A and D or B and C, or A, B, and C. All different ways. They share a side. They're supplementary. From our proof, we realized opposite angles were going to be congruent. So A and C, like we said, were congruent. Opposite sides were going to be congruent. So summarizing all that on the top of the next page, all right, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then theorem 6.3, its opposite sides are congruent. Theorem 6.4, its consecutive angles are supplementary. Theorem 6.5, its opposite angles are congruent as well. All right. And then if we look at a parallelogram and include that information, all right, so now that's congruent to that. That's congruent to that. All right, if we draw in the diagonals, okay, if we draw in the diagonals, these lines are parallel. So that angle is congruent to that angle. And this angle is congruent to that angle by alternate interior angles. Well, you should then be able to notice that these two triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle. It could also be angle, angle, side if we use the vertical angles. Most importantly now, this segment, the one that touches the 2, congruent to that segment, which also touches the 2. And then that segment, which touches the 1, congruent to that segment, which touches the 1. All right. All told, that means those segments bisect each other. They pass through each other midpoint. So as a result, theorem 6.6, its diagonals bisect each other. All right. So we come down to the next diagram. It says find the values of the variables in D, E, F, G. That symbol tells us it's a parallelogram. So we are allowed to assume all the properties of a parallelogram are true. So they say DG is 2x plus 2. All right. And they say EF is 3x minus 3. Those are sides that are opposite each other, so we can set up an equation. 2x plus 2 equals 3x minus 3. Bring the 2x over by subtracting. 2 equals x minus 3. Add the 3 to both sides. X equals 5. And then plug it in. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 3 is 12. The key is identifying the right pair of sides. For example, they also say DE is 3x plus 1. And GF is 2x plus 6. You can't just set any variable expressions equal to each other. It's got to be the correct one. If we had used that one, 3x plus 1 equals 2x plus 6. Bring the 2x over. X plus 1 equals 6. And we get the same answer, x equals 6. All right, so using that same line of thinking, please work on number 7. Please work on number 7. All right, so 2r plus 3 equals 3r minus 3. R equals 6. All right, 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 minus 3 is 15. If you use those, you would get the same 6. And that would end up being 18 and 18 for both of those. All right, so with sides, make sure you match it up with the correct sides. All right, so now we go down to the bottom. It says find the value of B in each parallelogram, then find each side length or angle measure. All right, so opposite sides, B plus 14.5 equals 20.5. B plus 14.5 equals 20.5. Subtract 14.5, B equals 6. All right. If I plug it in over here, it's the same value of B. So 3 times 6 is 18. 18 minus 6.3 is 11.7. If that side's 11.7, then that side would also be 11.7. The key thing you don't want to switch is angles. All right, you want to make sure you identify the correct relationship. So I'm looking at those two angles, and I know they're supplementary. So 8s plus 5 plus 3s plus 10 equals 180. 8s plus 3s is 11s. 5 plus 10 is 15. Subtract the 15, 11s equals 165, and s equals 15. You then plug it in. 8 times 15 is 120. 120 plus 5 is 125. 3 times 15 is 45. 45 plus 10 is 55. All right. We flip it over. All right. It says find the value of A in each parallelogram. These are different in that they're not consecutive angles. They're opposite angles. All right. So that means they're equal to each other. So 3A is equal to 114. Divide by 3 and A equals 38. Same thing with number 23. They're opposite each other. So 11A equals 110. Divide both sides by 11 and A equals 10. All right, so please keep that in mind and work on number 24. Keep that in mind and work on number 24. All right, A ends up being 15. All right, A ends up being 15. All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, tomorrow we will finish that packet up, okay? Don't forget, you have 6-1, all right? You have 6-1's already been done yesterday, so 6-2 and 6-3. You can start working on those as it covers those properties. We'll finish it up tomorrow. Then you got that over the weekend. What you're doing in the meantime. Okay, what you're doing in the meantime. All right. Finish up for today. You're going to edgeelastic.com. You're logging in. All right. And you're going to do the 6.1 warm-up review. All right. So go in Edge Elastic, and to finish up for today, you're going to go up to the 6.1 warm-up review. Once you're done with that, you are done for the day. Once you're done with that, you are done for the day. All right. So be good, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good day.
It has to be done. Dude, virtual next week, baby. What happened? Check the website. Let's go. School website.
Check the first headline.
You just open the website? What the flying fish? Here we go. Through the week of January 19th to 22nd. So then why would we come back the next week for quarterlies?
Maybe you don't extend it more. We're just
So next week?
next week.
All right, brother.